Hey, you guys, it's Life with Nikki Lee. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well and living your fullest every day. So, I just wanted to come on here real quick and just give my 2 cents about the whole situation that's currently going on with Meg Thee Stallion and Milagro. As you may know, Meg is suing Milagro for basically, defamation of character. She's going around putting out misinformation and speaking on her in a very negative light. Now, a lot of people are on the fence. Most people do believe that, yes, Milagro is in the wrong because she went too far. So, what we're going to talk about is, when does blogging become cyberbullying? If you want to just really break it down, my whole thought about it is, we all do love some entertainment. We love scandal. We love to hear some salacious gossip every now and then. We do. That's just how it is. But I think with bloggers, it just sometimes goes too far because they become so invested to the point where they are making it almost an obsession, like to defamate a person's character. When you start doxing information, when you are talking about medical records, saying that this person has this and she's this or he's that, that's when it goes too far. And some people may say, okay, well, they're in the entertainment industry. That's what you signed up for. It's a part of the territory. But we also have to understand, at the end of the day, when those cameras cut off and those people are not on a stage, when nobody's around, these are still people who are living in the world, fighting their demons like everybody else. And some people really take shit too far. Me personally, I have seen shows. I've seen Wendy Williams. I've seen Tasha K. I've seen Milagro. I've seen countless bloggers, and they will talk about certain things. And for the most part, a lot of them know when to just kind of move on to the next thing, because you said what you said, you gave your opinion, and you move on. But prime example, what happened with Cardi B and Tasha K? That should have never happened. That should have never taken place. The fact that that woman has to pay Cardi $4 million over something so senseless that she could have easily just done away with, made peace, got over it, and moved on, that will never sit right with me. And that should never sit right with her. And you would think stuff like that would teach people like her, don't over invest yourself into the wrong things. But just the other night, I was watching her, and she's taking up for Milagro, and she feels like, why should bloggers be silenced? Why should they not be able to say this and say that? Well, there's a and I just remember sitting there thinking to myself, like, girl, you learned nothing. You have learned nothing. You have to understand, sometimes stuff goes too far. People become too invested to the point where they make it an obsession to attack someone, and that's not okay. Grown people should know better, and you would think they would, but they don't. So she's obviously taking Milagro's side, and she feels like bloggers should be able to have the right to say certain things. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't, because if someone's doing this and coming after you and your family and continuously saying things, that will make anybody feel a certain way. And like I said before, having to pay $4 million out to somebody, that money could have went to your family, but here you are trying to advise Milagro what she should do. I'm like, girl, you went too far with your shit and you lost your case. Milagro more than likely is probably going to lose her case too. And bloggers, to a certain extent, need to be held accountable. Even when you are putting out content, you still have to understand that there are certain lines you do not cross. There are certain things that you do not want to compromise, because if you lose your channel, you lose your platform, you are losing money. And there is not a person walking this earth that should have you that pissed off, that should have you angry for whatever reason, that should have you dead ass set on destroying them to the point where you start losing your shit. That's crazy. And it honestly makes you look psycho when you get to that point. And another thing is she got so Milagro got so invested into the whole Tory Lane situation. Girl, you went to court and that man walked past you like you didn't even live in the world. Girl, he doesn't even know who you are. And here you are bashing, attacking Meg. You don't have to be a fan of Meg Thee Stallion, but damn, like, is she over hypersexualized? Does she do too much sometimes? Yeah, you could say that. But nobody, at the end of the day, this woman got shot. And everybody out there screaming free Tory and this and that. You know, you have to understand, even before Meg, this man was a firecracker. You know, he was very violent. He was violating his probation. He was carrying guns when he should not have. He was doing a lot of stuff. He attacked August Alsina. Like, I don't know why y'all are just sitting here acting like he was just this good little Lucky Charms fellow who was just walking around. And then after the incident, he was taunting her. He was bringing, you know, he was making music, bringing other artists like the baby, who's now begging to do music with Meg and Glorilla, by the way, which is pathetic because he shit on Megan in the worst way. He was bringing these artists on to taunt her as well. Tory is exactly where he needs to be. You know, I just feel that bloggers need to understand, like, when you're putting out content, you have to find a balance. You have to find a healthy medium where it shouldn't go past a certain point because it can easily turn into cyberbullying. And no matter who you are, no matter what you got in the world, nothing should get to the point where you have to pay out ridiculous amounts of money for something that you could have stopped. That's just crazy. That is absolutely insane. Imagine losing damn near everything you got when all you had to do was... That's crazy. It does get too far. And bloggers, content creators, you got to understand, like, there are just certain things that you should want for yourself and your platform. And yes, you want the viewership. Yes, you want the likes. I understand this is a lot of people's bread and butter on here, but you can also lose that by your ego. You can lose that by getting too invested into a dark place where you're just out to destroy somebody. And it should never get to that point because there's name calling and then there's just straight up malicious, hateful slander and disrespect. And bloggers should be held accountable for that. So that's just my thoughts and opinions on that. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is Nikki Lee signing out. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.